We discount beds without fighting at lineage. Okay? We go, and I'm going to assume that everything's done right during the sale. Everything's done right. The TO is given properly. The TO person's gone over the box spring. They maybe are in a situation where they double the coupon. If that customer sneezes, they get another $100 off. Okay? How hard do you work? You work hard? How many hours on your feet are you to make $200? A very strong Saturday, 2 days during the week. Well, is that the same for everybody for the most part in this room? Why do we give them the money? Because they sneezed. Okay? When was the last time that when you got to low line, you opened up your spiff book and said, ma'am, this is what I can sell it to you for. This is the high price, this is the mid price, this is the lowest price I can sell it to you for. And fight. Okay? In retrospect, you have, let's say they don't buy at low line. Well, ma'am, I'll tell you what. I'm the manager of the store. Let me show you what I pay for the bed. And if I gave it to you for my manager's cost, could I earn your business? Okay. Does everybody in this room feel that they have the right to ask for the sale? Okay. Do you also believe that you have the right to know why they're not buying? You see, this is what's changed in the company, and I want to get us back on focus. Okay? We used to, when we were starting out this company and Dave was our first employee, when we lost a deal, when we didn't sell a bed to somebody, we walked around shaking our heads. We couldn't believe that this person didn't take the opportunity they had to buy a bed. If price is not the objection, why should they buy anywhere else? If you have that much latitude. And you know, I see people give them MC. We're assuming everything is done correctly during this seminar. Give them a card at MC, solicit an offer. If they don't go to get an offer, they take this $900 bed that MC is $700 on, and they offer it to them for $560. When the customer says no, they say, thank you. I can't give it to you at this price, but I'll give you this card. And thank them for coming in. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay? Back to the eye of the tiger. If you have a $900 bed and you're offering it to a customer for $560, I want to know why they're not buying. I, as a salesperson, have either made a major mistake and qualified them completely wrong, or there's got to be a better reason. And I think we should demand to know the reason. I'm not worried about them telling me that you're pushy. Okay, and I'll give you my answer for when it's pushy. Well, let me ask you a question, ma'am. If at $560 I'm being pushy, at $550, am I adding more value to your dollar, or am I still being more pushy? Okay, we have the right to know why they're not buying from us. They've come into our place of employment, our house, came to us. We've spent, two people have spent a half hour, 40 minutes with them. And when you're offering a bed and price isn't an objection, that's almost 40% off. And you need to explain that to the customer. Okay? What are you looking for, ma'am? It's almost 40% off. You have a $900 bed for $560 or $600 or whatever the price you have. How can they not buy the bed? So we've either made a mistake or they need to be explained that they're making a mistake. But this niceness of, thank you very much for coming into Mattress Giant when they're not buying, okay? It's paramount to the letter I received in my office the other day, complimenting me on my sales staff. They didn't buy their bed from us, but they gave me a compliment on the sales staff. Very polite, very nice, very wonderful, very educational, educated them all about the mattress, but they decided to buy somewhere else. Okay, that sent me off. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. I want people to work the customers, get the best lineage we can. But let's use some of the tools. I think some of the tools are getting forgotten. You have that spiff book. That's a tremendous tool. That is a tremendous tool. People don't know that you have $200 in the range of your bed, or $150 or $300, whatever it might be. They have no idea. Okay, all they're shopping for is a deal. Ma'am, I'm selling it to you for the lowest price. Look, ma'am, we're in a contest. Let me do this. I will go ahead and sell it to you. No commissions, no anything, for manager's cost. This is what I take this bed into inventory for. Don't be afraid to let them see what your spiff is. They know you don't work for free. Okay? But we need to get back to some eye of the tiger. We need to get back to maybe getting I'd like to hear about some pushiness by my salespeople. Okay? If you really want a totally 100% kind company to the customers, it can't be done at Mattress Giant. There's 20 places within 5 miles of you to buy a mattress. We need to close them. We need to close them first time in. There is no be-back bus. Anybody seen the bus pull up yet? No? Okay. There is no be-back bus. You might get 1 out of 20 to come back, maybe 5%. And there'll be a few of you that think that it's more. I challenge it. I'm welcome for anybody to track their be-backs and tell me that it's more. It's a misconception. You forget all the cards you write. If we can put a little more pressure towards the end of the sale, then maybe we'll get 3 or 4 of those 20 that go out. That, in essence, will turn into a 5 to 7% raise for every salesperson in this room. That's the objective. Okay? We have got to get back to our professionalism. Okay? We remain professional. We've earned the right to ask for the order. We also have earned the right to question them and qualify them as to why they're not buying. You've earned that right. Okay? You've done your work. You've educated them. You've showed them the mattresses. You certainly feel you have the right to ask for the order. And if you've earned the right to ask for the order, you've certainly 100% earned the right to find out why they're not buying. Help me, ma'am. I don't understand. I've given you 40% off the mattress. This is the mattress you said you liked. And you're telling me you want to look around. Well, what do you look for? They'll either got to answer one of 2 things. They've either got to say, I'm looking for a better deal, or I want to see what other beds are out there. And if they say what other beds are out there, you have every coil system. Let's requalify. Let's start over. We cannot lose the customers. It costs us a lot of money in advertising to bring them into the stores. If she's not happy with the feel and it doesn't give her that ooh-ah feel, then we misqualified her. Maybe we picked the bed that we like instead of the bed she likes. And we need to start over. If she says that, well, I guess the price is okay, why aren't you buying it, if that's the way you feel? Why aren't you making this purchase? And then, you know, just work it a little bit. It is pushy. It is a little pushy. I agree. But that's okay. As salespeople, we don't get that many opportunities to close other than when they're in front of us. After that, the chances of them coming back are 1 in 20. I'd also like to say a little bit more. I want you to understand that I am not saying that you all do a bad job. Everybody is doing a good job. The idea is to do a better job. All I do is brag on my mean green selling machine. Okay? We will take deals that nobody else will. We will get customers to buy in the first place that say they never buy in the first place. But we're letting too much walk out too nicely. I mean, I don't know. If somebody can explain to me, and I'm willing to hear from anybody, why somebody that looks at a $900 bed that can buy the bed for $600 at a third off shouldn't buy the bed. Do they think that they can get a third off somewhere else if they can get it from us? Any comments? I mean, why don't they do it? Why don't they buy? Somebody, talk to me.
I think it's fear, maybe, that would lead a customer not to buy at that point. I think the shock of coming down from this point to this point almost frightens them. And then they get curious as to, well, I wonder what it's like somewhere else.
Then let's dispel that, okay? We're the largest independent distributor of bedding in the United States. Okay? Ma'am, we buy sharper than anybody. And sometimes being honest with the customer works real well. Every bed we sell, it's all in your training manuals, what does every bed we sell do? It strengthens our company and weakens the competition. Try being honest. You don't have to be slick. Try being honest and say that's what we're going for. We want to be the #1 dominant force in the bedding industry in the United States. In order to do that, I can't let you leave. You need to buy a bed. Very simple. You have the right to fight for your deal. Okay? This business about cards and B-backs is not appropriate. I only use the word not appropriate because I'm on film. Okay? It's waiting for it. Waiting for them to come back, you can get very, very old. Okay? And if you close 4 more at those deals at whatever lineage, and I'm not saying you got to give away every bed, don't get me wrong. I also gave you a way to fight at low line. I gave you a way to fight at MC. There are so many things that, as the company grows larger, that we have to get a grasp on, almost things that get forgotten. When was the last time anybody in this room wrote, if customer changes mind for any reason prior to delivery, all money's refunded in full? Anybody? Okay. That's it. Do you understand that even if you don't write it on the ticket, that we will give anybody their money back immediately if they don't have the merchandise? So you're giving away absolutely zero. But I can't tell you how many people I've taken to the desk, and Dave and Steve can both attest, that it says, if customer changes mind for any reason prior to delivery, and you underline any reason prior to delivery, all money's refunded in full. We do it anyway. It just makes them, when they go shop and they have that need and you can't overcome it, then use that. Fine. Go shop. It's Saturday today, we're going to assume for a minute. When would you like the bed delivered? How many days do you need to shop? 3, 4? We'll deliver it to you on Wednesday. If you change your mind for any reason prior to delivery, all money's, I guarantee you can't find a deal like this anywhere in the Metroplex or anywhere in the United States. I guarantee it. And to show you that I'll guarantee it, I'll write right on your receipt, if customer changes mind for any reason prior to delivery or pickup, all money's refunded in full. Use it. These are tools that we're not using. How often does somebody use subject to husband's approval, subject to wife's approval? Is that used a little bit? Well, that's 3 times as weak of a close as it is to say if customer changes mind for any reason. And it's our policy. This is nothing new that we're coming up. There's nothing fugazi about it. We will give anybody their money back prior to delivery or pickup without questions asked. So what I'm trying to say is I want everybody to use the tools. We have a great thing going. It can get better. My responsibility ultimately as president and CEO of the company is I have to worry about how to keep the business growing. Okay? And this is part of it. This is a huge part of it. This is the part where we dig in, we take the customers off the market, we strengthen our company, we do things right, we go back to fighting a little at lineage. Fight a little. What happens at low line when the customer says, is there any more discount I can get? What happens in this company? They're told yes. I'm telling you, they're told yes. Okay, right off the bat. And a counter's made right away. Has anybody figured out the word no? No, there is none. This is it. This is the very best. Let me show you my book where it says here, this is the highest I sell the bed for. This is mid, and that's usually what we'll advertise. And this is low. This is the lowest I can sell the bed. You can always turn it back around. But we're giving away money that's there on the table. They don't know how much it should cost. Okay, it's a blind item. Anybody bought tires recently? You go and buy tires? Mm-hmm. Did you follow the ad? Did you go look up the ad before you went in?
Yep.
Okay. Did you buy the ones that were in the ad?
Nope.
Okay. How much did you spend on, how much, just give me an idea. The ad was what, $30 or $39 a piece or $29?
$5 a piece.
Well, how much did you spend on tires?
50.
Okay. Double. Why? Because the guy probably looked at him and told him, these won't last, these are great. He gave some qualifications. I don't know if he has any idea what treads are or anything in a tire. Okay? He said, this one your family will be safe in, this one he won't. And he spent double. He spent double. We sneeze and take off 30%. Fight a little bit. The more times they hear no, the easier the yes comes out. On a front end, there's no discount. They have the coupon and that's it. That's it. That's all there is. No, 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 no. And you've got to understand the philosophy. The more you say no on the front end, the easier it becomes for the TO person to come in and say, look, we're not supposed to go any less than this, but you're looking at a $600 bed. I'll tell you what, I'll split the tax with you. But that only works if they've heard no, 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 no 5 times. If when person asks if there are any more discounts, and we kind of all get shy and smile and go, let me get Miss Barbary for you. Okay? All right? And that doesn't happen. Let me get Mr. Brummett for you. Mr. Brummett, this person asked if there's any other discounts. I thought you might be able to help him. That's awful. I mean, and it does happen. Don't kid yourselves. It does happen on the floors. We shop and shop. And what's really bad is I see it happen when I'm around. And then everybody's supposed to be on their best behavior. Okay? But we need to concentrate, eye of the tiger. We need to concentrate on our sales. There is no reason for anybody to walk out of a Mattress Giant. And you don't want to know something? I want you to get mad when they do. I want you angry. You have next day delivery. You have a satisfaction guarantee. You have every coil system in the United States almost on your floor. Why? You have next day delivery. Why are they leaving? I don't understand it. If I thought that there was something, the only thing that I could think of that could make our system any better would be selling on consignment, and I'm not willing to do that, nor are the manufacturers. We need to get mad about that customer leaving. I lost an $800 deal. Why? Why? Why didn't they buy that Twilight or that Mel, whatever it might be? Okay, when that happened in the beginning of this company and how it grew so well, is we got mad. Okay, I used to have to go take, and David will attest to it, I used to go have to take and pour water on my face, walk around the building once and get back. I can't believe they didn't buy the bed. We've become lackadaisical in that area. We need to get back to that eye of the tiger, work our customers properly, okay? Use the tools that we have to close, okay? You have 90 days same as cash. When was the last time somebody used it to close somebody? 2, 3, 4? Why? What do I have? The whole idea and the success of this company was based upon the fact that we give you all the tools to close with. If you don't use them, shame on you, I'm going to get some people that will. Okay? When was the last time the customer said, well, I don't need it, and they should be offered 90 days same as cash, or open a revolving charge, whichever they prefer. It's a tool. The Spiff book is a tool. You've earned the right to close that customer. It's not like you cold called them and had them come in. They walked into your store. They're using your time, your efforts, and you do work on commissions, okay, which makes a big difference here. And if they ask you why you're pushing, tell them. Either every sale I make strengthens my company and weakens the competition. Tell them because I'm a commissioned salesperson. I can't afford to have people come out. I have to close 80, 90% of the people, and you're one of them. Okay? You kind of giggle and laugh, but that's the way I did sell. When I sold, that's how I sold. I told them what was going on. Okay? Now, you have to do it with a smile. Okay? I need this business. And I'm not going to hit my number if you leave. So you need to buy a bed. And I'll just make whatever it takes to make you happy before you leave, because that's how important this sale is to me. And this sale should be just as important as the next one and the one before it. Each and every one is important, okay? I want you to feel bad when you give out $900 cards. I want you to feel as bad as I'm feeling, because I feel awful when I see them. I feel awful. I can't handle it. It really bothers me. You know, if you've qualified the person correctly, let's go over this one more time. If you've qualified the person correctly, you've earned the right to ask for the sale. If you've dropped in stages, you're continuously allowed to keep asking for the sale. And if they refuse to buy, you have earned the right to ask them why. Ma'am, I'm just trying to get better as a salesperson. Could you explain to me why you're not buying that bed? That is the feel you liked. You laid on 6 different beds. That's the bed you want. What do you shop for? A deal? Don't you think we're at that stage at this point? I've used up coupons, incentives. I've given you the bed at manager's cost. I'm going to try and make a call for you to see if I can even get it below. But I want to earn your business. Can I make it any clearer? Tell me why you're not buying. Get the objection out. You can do that at low line too. It doesn't have to be all the way at the bottom. But those bottom feeders are what will give you a 4 to 5% raise. That's that 5 out of the 20 that don't come back. You can get them. I promise you can get them, because I know a lot of people in this room that do get them. But we have to put all our energies into the sales. Look, basically it's not a real tough job, Mattress Giant. You're responsible for blowing up some balloons, cutting out a couple newspaper articles, and then there's the selling of the mattresses. Okay? It's not a genius, lot of intensive work to it. Okay? But it is our livelihoods. It's a livelihood we've all chosen. And we need to put 100% of our energies into that customer. And if that means hanging up the phone when a customer walks in, boom, goodbye. Give me your name and number. If it's a customer, give me a name or number. I'll be more than glad to call you back. I have a customer. I'm sure you'd all understand, ma'am, you would want me to do the same if you were in the store. They're not going to get managed. I don't care if they're complaining, if they're inquiring. Really doesn't make a difference. They understand that. Why? Because you're not being slick. You're telling them the truth. Ma'am, you'd expect me to get off the phone if you walked into the store too. Let me call you right back. Could I have your number? Take me about 20 minutes to a half hour. Expect my call. And if you're on a personal call, shame on you. Goodbye. Okay? We need to get out there and take care of the customers and make sure that they keep coming back. Because if not, our company is going to go flat. And anybody interested in flat income for the next 2 years? I'm not. I don't think anybody else is. We need to keep improving ourselves. Our Giant Guard has been improving. Okay? It's definitely come up in the last 4 to 6 weeks. But to run some numbers by you so that you can understand the Giant Guard, you're running about close to 3%, is that correct, Dave? Okay, 0.285 of your delivered beds, of your volume is being with Giant Guard. Florida has 11 stores over 4%, and 2 over 5 and 1 over 6. Okay, what are they doing? I can't find a person in Florida that tells somebody the price of the bed without the Giant Guard being told. This bed is $5.99 and $60 for the Giant Guard. What's Giant Guard? Remind me, I'll get it to you later. They're continuing to show them beds. This is $9.99 plus $60 for the Giant Guard. Nobody is mentioning the price of a bed without saying the Giant Guard. And so by the time they get to demonstrating it, they've already spent the $60. And they're closing easier. The other thing is that I watched a guy for 20 minutes with the Giant Guard. He had nobody else in the store. This is Javier in the Hallandale store. 20 minutes. He showed him the warranties. He showed him the books. He said, look, I'm not telling you have to buy it, but if I was you, I would buy it. As your sleep expert, I'm advising you to buy it. I use another line. Usually if I have a customer, I'll say, look, I'd almost rather see you get a less expensive bed and buy the Giant Guard than not buy it. It's a very strong close. They trust you already. I mean, they're on their way to the desk. You demonstrate, nah, I don't think we need that. I tell you, ma'am, I really think it's important. It keeps your warranties good, lifetime, makes your warranties work for you. I'd almost like to see you, maybe we should reselect another bed, and I'll pay and get the Giant Guard. See if we can take $60 out of the bed. They're not going to say yes. They don't say, oh, you're right, let's go select a less expensive bed. They stick with the bed that they've purchased, and they'll go to the Giant Guard. It is what's fueling our 401k plan. It is what's fueling our picnics, okay? It is what's fueling the expansion of this company. Is it important to us? Yes. It's not only important to management, but it's important to everybody in this room. Okay? We need to keep that flow going so that we can get to the top of the heap. Okay? Because being at the bottom of the heap isn't very comfortable for anybody. Okay? No uphill battles. Okay. I'd like to take you all out. We're going to do a little role playing. Here's basically the scenario. This customer's come in. He's been waited on properly. Okay? He has offered them a coupon. He's on this queen size bed for $899.99. Okay? I've come back in. I've reaffirmed the advantages and the benefits of the bed to make him feel more comfortable. He's asked me, and he has said he wants to still shop around. He appreciates the $50 coupon, but he'd still like to shop around. Notice that I've already gone over the bed once more from start to finish before I ever considered giving another drop. So a great mental note for you would be benefit, then a drop. Never give a drop without giving a benefit. Okay? If we will do that each and every time, you will be far more successful. Okay? We've decided that he likes this bed. I have now decided that I've given a benefit, and I've doubled the coupon. So now he's at $799.99 for this bed. Okay? At this point, I'm going to try and close him. So if I can get you, so we're going to begin at that point. We're at low line. Do me a favor, just lay down on it one more time for me.
Yeah, this is a nice bed. Really like it.
You feel the support coming underneath you?
Yeah.
You sleep on your side or on your back?
Sometimes on my side, I toss and turn.
Try it both ways. It's important that you buy the right bed.
Yeah. Feels real nice.
Where do you live?
Stay in Lancaster.
Where? I'm sorry.
Lancaster.
Oh, Lancaster. Okay. We probably have a truck out that way tomorrow. Would that be a good day for delivery for you?
Well, I kind of work, weird hours in the week. Is there any way I can get it on the weekend?
What day were you looking for?
Saturday.
Well, let me ask you a question. If I can get it for you Saturday, would that be the day you'd want it?
Yeah.
Okay, let me make a call. I can get it for you on Saturday.
Okay, one other thing.
Yeah.
I normally, like to look around, but as far as this, you told me about the good beds you have here, and I do believe y'all do have a lot because my friend bought them.
Great.
Okay. But I'm just curious because he told me he got a better deal, but I don't know if he bought the same bed.
It's hard to tell. Sometimes there are rebates, like in the car business.
Right.
You buy it in the right month and there's a rebate on it.
Yeah.
You buy it in the wrong month and there's not a rebate on it. I don't know exactly what it is. We do guarantee our price.
Okay.
Okay, you have 30-day price protection. Not a problem. You find it for less, we'll refund you the difference, no questions
So in
asked.
other words, if I do go out and buy the same, I know it probably won't be the same.
It can even be close.
Okay.
It just has to be an advertised, brand new bed. Not a problem. You bring in the ad, we'll gladly refund you the difference.
That sounds fair. I'll
Okay.
go ahead and take it.
Okay. Same scenario. Ma'am, would you try the bed once more for me, please? Did everybody notice where I went to when the lady laid down on the bed?
Yeah.
Okay, adios. Okay. Do you sleep on your side mostly?
Fine, yeah.
Great. Would you like a pillow?
Oh, no.
Okay. How does that feel to you? Is that the kind of support you want?
I like it, but my husband doesn't.
Well, what did your husband, obviously if you're out shopping for a mattress, you've discussed this with your husband. What kind of mattress does he want?
Like a hard mattress.
How heavy is your husband?
How about your size?
About my size? Well, let me tell you something. My wife and I sleep on this exact bed, and I'll tell you why. I'm big enough to go through the padding and get to the firmness of the coils, and I like a hard-feeling bed. My wife, on the other hand, is about 110 pounds, and she likes that soft feel that she gets from being on top of the cushion. So truthfully, this is a perfect bed for you. And we've offered it to you with a $100 discount, and that is the lowest price I can sell the mattress for. I'll even show you my price list.
Well, I still have to bring my husband in.
Well, let me ask you a question. Obviously, you discussed that you were going shopping with your husband. You guys talked about it. You've decided you need a new bed. I'd like you to take advantage because the coupons do expire. How about if I wrote this? If customer changes mind for any reason or husband disapproves, all money's refunded in full. He'll be proud of you because you saved $100. He'll come in and he'll look at the mattress, and you can get the best mattress at the best available price in the United States.
Yeah, still, I mean, I have to bring my husband.
That's fine. All I want to do is write it up, and subject to your husband's approval. He can come in because the coupons will expire. When were you thinking about coming back in with your husband?
How about this weekend?
You see, we're not going to have the coupons this weekend. They expire.
So how long?
It's through Tuesday.
Okay.
That would be tomorrow.
I'll be honest with you, I want to put some more out there.
Okay. What is it that you're looking for, ma'am?
A price.
Just a price?
Quality.
Okay, but well then, do you feel this at $7.99, this is not a good price and good quality?
No, it's a great price and a good quality, but maybe they have out there same quality with a less price.
Okay. Well, you know, I know that Tom took you over to the ad board.
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to ever go into another store and see every ad advertised of every company? In order to do that, we have to guarantee the best prices. If not, we couldn't afford to do that. You know, a little bit more about the company. We're the largest independent distributor of bedding in the United States. In order to get that way, we have to have all the elements to work. Okay? And we're offering you this bed at $100 off. I need the sale.
Okay.
I truly need to make the sale. What kind of work do you do?
I'm a salesperson.
You are a salesperson.
Yeah.
So I bet you don't like when people say, I'll be back to you. Okay? I don't like it either. And I don't want to have it happen. So I'll tell you what I'll do for you. Let me get my book.
Okay.
She's told me she's a salesperson. That person's got to get closed. Anybody that's in sales understands that she's got to get closed. So I'm going to come back, and I'm going to look at, I'm going to show you, look, this was the bed, this is the lowest price at $7.99. I really need the volume. We have volume goals, okay? What usually traditionally in our business is the first 10 days of the month are busy, the last 10 days of the month are busy, and they give us a 10-day goal in between. So I'm trying real hard to attain my goals. I'll tell you what, I'm the manager. I have to take inventory in. All these beds and all the beds in the back are all beds that I take in inventory. I'm willing to forego my commissions, and I want to, and I'll sell you the bed for my manager's cost. That's what I take it in for. Let me show it to you. It's $6.99. Now you're saving $200 on the bed. Don't you think your husband will think you found a good deal with good quality?
But
Well,
I still have a card, and I'll bring him in.
Ma'am, what do you want me to put on the card?
I'll put that price.
Put the price?
Yes.
I'll put it on the receipt for you. You can still bring them in. I don't understand. Explain it to me. I'm having trouble with this. I'm having trouble understanding why you don't want to buy the bed.
Well, I do.
You shop until you get a good deal, right?
Yes.
Did you get a good deal? Do you consider this a good deal?
This is an excellent deal. But I still have to bring my husband, and I cannot make a
Well,
decision myself.
But you see, you're going to have to do something to keep that price. Let me ask you a question. How about if I just ring it up on your credit card, and if you
Okay.
change your mind for any reason, we'll immediately refund the credit card. So when he comes in, you said you can bring him in before tomorrow night. That's when the coupons expire. I've given this bed to you at manager's cost, my cost to the bed. I've foregone my commissions. Can I just put it on a credit card? And if you change your mind for any reason, we'll be more than glad to refund you the money.
Can I still think about it?
Sure.
Just a couple hours?
Sure. What other beds do you want to lay down on for a couple hours?
For something, my husband would like a real hard one.
Okay, then maybe
I don't like the hard one. I like the soft one.
That's fine, ma'am. We're more than willing. If you're not sure that this is the right bed for him, let's spend some more time and reselect another bed for you. Okay? I'm not letting the customer leave. She's going to have to beg me. Okay? And the next thing is I would have fought for a deposit. If she gotten adamant, I'd have asked for a 10 or 20% deposit. You're coming back tomorrow night. That way she'll really come back. It's not a fairy tale. Okay? Not $5 to hold the price. Not $1, not $10, but 10, 20% of the sale price. Give me $100 and we'll hold it. It's not a bad deal. If you don't like it, you get it back. Okay? I'm not accepting her objections at all. I'm getting on her nerves, but I'm not accepting her objections because she came into my store. Okay? I'm going to hear no, no, no. How many times has she told me no? Have I reacted to any no? Have I shown any different body language that I did at first? Okay? I've done a good job. She's a pain. Okay? But I'm not going to let her see that in my demeanor. I just go on. All she's doing is saying no. I got to hear 3, 4 no's before I hear a yes. So when she says no to me, and I've done everything right, I'm not bummed out. I'm not. Why should I be bummed? It's not like you've done, you know, a lot of times we get into this where somebody, and I'll say the bad salesperson, when they do their job and the customer says no, they go, well, you know, maybe I can. Their whole thing, it's all upbeat. These are the coils. This is the this. This is the that. You know, it's a great bed. We want to earn your business. Everything's great. I'm going to shop. Oh. You can't do it. And we do it. You've got to stay up. Ignore the no's. I didn't hear one no that she said. All she was doing was giving me objections, and my job as a salesperson is to do what? Overcome the objections. But if I don't draw them out, if I don't keep asking the questions, if I give her the card that she wants, anybody wants information on a card, tell them you'll put it on their receipt. They can save a whole lot of time. And if you want to shop for a week, we'll delay the delivery. What day's good for you? How many more days of mattress shopping do you want to do? First of all, it's no fun to shop for a mattress. There is no great joy in shopping for a mattress. It's not fun. And lay down in front of somebody you don't know, you're uncomfortable doing it. You know, there's no benefit to shopping for a mattress for a real long time. Once the decision is made to purchase a mattress, once they begin their shopping process, within 72 hours. Within 72 hours, they're going to make a purchase. Might take them 2 years to decide to get to the store. But once that decision's made, they're there to buy a bed. And I earn the right as the salesperson to know why she's not shopping. Thank you, Kim. You know, Steve made an interesting point to me today. We had you're all aware of Mattress Magic, our experiment down in Florida? Do you know that we had over 200 Mattress Giant cards up in those stores? So if you think that they're not going out and shopping you afterwards, you are wrong. The be-back bus ain't coming. 200 of them.
That was in one store alone.
Okay?
The point is, where do you think your cards you're giving out are going?
I can tell you, right in the trash.
Mattress Max or Mattress Home,
There's 300 places to buy a bed. There's at least 20 between here and their home. I mean, that's amazing. Okay? Eye of the tiger. No's don't mean anything. You're supposed to hear them.